Alright, episode 5 of what I now have officially called the Anywayz podcast, with emphasis, naturally. So, perhaps I should go over the name, first order of business. I think before I do that though, I would like to clarify that the audio might be different on this one. Now, I'm still recording this, so I don't know the difference yet, but there might be a difference in audio between this and the previous 4 episodes, and that is because the medium I'm using to record has changed. So before it was on my iPhone through my AirPods, and now it is on my computer with a microphone. I'm using a program to record, which, it's interesting. It feels more official, and therefore, more effort is being put, and double therefore. Less of a hobby, more of a job, but I think it's fine because, I was thinking about this actually yesterday. Right now what I'm feeling is I kind of hate the 9-to-5 job life, right? And it's very boring and understimulating, and it's just not interesting enough to keep me in. And sure, yes, the pay is nice, but who gives a shit about the pay? Well, I guess most people, but I personally I found that a secondary interest. When I went into getting a job, so I can have a purpose in life, and I saw that usually that's what people do to basically have their purpose chosen for them. But I realize now that this is very, very uninteresting to me. I don't every minute I spend working is a minute I feel is wasted in my life. So yeah, that's why I'm working towards this will be one of the projects that I will be working in order to change that lifestyle for myself. Number one, of course, as I've said before, the podcast isn't meant to be it's just gonna open the door for me for more content creation and a different set of skills and life that I'll be operating on. This isn't meant to be the cash cow or whatever. I don't care for that, honestly, genuinely. This is just for me. If anyone's listening, why? Number one. Number two, thank you, of course. And number 3, I wish thee good luck. No, but seriously though, the podcast is just for myself. It's internal, It's a clock inside my brain. It's that's the thing that I want to do. It's the first thing that I want to do for myself. And the other stuff, I can make it to be more general appeal, if you'd like. I go in directions that are more funny, maybe more interesting, maybe more elaborate. This one is definitely I don't even write the script. You can probably tell all of what I'm saying is just coming out of my head directly, out of my mouth. And sometimes I think I'm why did I say what I said? But that's kind of the point though. I would like to not moderate what I say. That's why I want to make this as minimum edit as possible. Just keep it fresh. Just upload it directly to wherever I'm gonna upload. I still haven't. That's the thing. I still have no idea where I'm gonna upload it. There is no plan. That is the plan. It's very gives you a lot of freedom. That's why I kind of enjoy this. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I do not regret starting this. I'm at episode 5 now, which is halfway there to my goal. I want to make 10 before I start releasing them, as I've said. So yeah, halfway there. Living on a prayer. Anyways, I hope I don't get copyrighted for that. That would be pretty silly. I don't care. Yeah. So back to the point I was making originally. So it's called the Anywayz, with emphasis, podcast. I wonder if I'm gonna put this in the name, with emphasis, because obviously my friends who could be listening now, I'm not gonna force anyone to hear this shit, man. Who wants to hear me rambling for 30 minutes once a week? That's some people's nightmares, literally. It's other people's dreams, I guess. Anyways, see, that's the thing I was talking about. That is the Anywayz. That's why it's called the Anywayz podcast. I say something so ridiculously out of pocket. Now, obviously, this one wasn't too out of pocket or too out of the dimension or the realm of reality, but Oftentimes, it is. And then I hit the mic. So, and I just like hit whoever I'm talking to with the anyways, like I could say someone just died and not elaborate on it because I want to get to another point in the same conversation. And so I just transition with anyways, and like it took them a while, but eventually my friends were like catching on that I do that. Like I just say something extremely like ridiculous or absurd, or I mean I think I do that less often now, but back in the day I used to do that very often. And so like the anyways became like part of my it's like one of my things, right? Things I do. Part of my vocabulary. It was already part of my vocabulary, but then it became something known about my vocabulary. Like people would notice, especially like people close to me, they would notice that, oh, okay, that's like a thing I do. Like it's consistent. And it is kind of funny, actually. Especially once you, like, this is one of those things that, how when you explain a joke, it's less funny? This one is the only, one of the rare ones that when you explain, it becomes like more, you notice it more, and therefore it becomes funnier. Again, not you specifically, in general though, like the people that are involved in this, I suppose a bit of a inside joke at this point. Yeah, so that is the name, the Anywayz podcast. So yeah, I remember we were like in the car with a couple of my friends. I will mention them eventually. I'd like to get their consent before saying their name on something that I've invented, because sometimes people don't want to be associated with me, and I fully understand. Kind of support as well. So yeah, once I go over those details with them, perhaps I'll mention like that day, but I'll say what happened. Basically, like I was saying something super ridiculous. We were like riding in a car, me and two of my friends, and like I was saying, like I said the thing, and then I said, well, anyways, guys, how do you feel about something else? And then he stopped for a second, the one who was driving. He stopped for a second, he was like, did you just say na? And then you just said anyways and changed the topic entirely. I said, oh fuck, did you notice? He said, what do you mean did you notice? I said, well, I've been doing this for like 5 years. It took you long enough to notice. And he was like, now that I think about it, you're right, you have been doing this for 5 years. No one ever noticed. I was like, yeah, well fuck, now you know. So maybe like making a podcast about a concept that I use to change subjects, or like something to my advantage, and talking about it on a podcast is not the brightest idea, but it's funny, and it's also the name of the podcast because it's funny. I like it. It's not what's the point of living a life of secrecy? You can share the things that make you happy with others. If there's a chance it makes others enjoy an idea or a concept, why not? I think we need more joy in the world, not less. So see, I can use it in other ways. Anyways, oh yeah, I kind of like it actually. I do think it's actually that same friend who suggested the idea of the name, or I think we were just having a conversation like a couple of days ago. Yeah, believe it or not, a few years ago and today I still have friends from those days. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, I am actually working on improving my interpersonal relationships with people. I used to think that I have an issue with that. I'm good at making new friends. I'm not good at keeping old friends. But I think that because I had that subconscious thought, I would gravitate towards that direction. Perhaps also like part of it is like protecting yourself, right? Because you're like scared. Like, what if someone knows you too much to the point where they realize that you're like a bad person, or you think that you could be a bad person? They could like pick up on that and decide to no longer be your friend, or like whatever. But that, obviously, like that's teenager me thinking those things. Like now I understand that like those things that make a normal person hate me are the things that to them make me seem like special and unique, and they value them, which vice versa. Like there's stuff about them that like some of them are nerdy. Like I'm the only sales guy in our friend group. Everyone else is either an engineer or a doctor or something like that. And like that's not, being a nerdy person isn't necessarily the most like cool thing. Obviously, like the opposite, right? But at the same time, to me, that's one of the things that makes them so interesting. Like, they're so cool. Like, they're so smart. Sometimes I feel like I'm not as smart as they are, but at least I can make up for it with other skills. And in the end of the day, everyone is like good at the thing they're good at. I'm good at the thing they're not good at, but they're way better at me than so many things that I'm not good at. Man, it's like it's not even close, actually. But we enjoy each other's companies. In the end of the day, we're all friends. We've been friends for a long time. Like, the majority of my long-term friendships have been for years. I don't think I have any new friends for them past what? Actually, I do. Like, when I was in the UK, I made 2 new friends that I've been friends with for like over a year now. And I think it's interesting that I mention these now, because maybe one day these friends that I'm mentioning will be on the podcast, and like it could be this could be like a point of reference to my relationship with these people, and like there might be different dynamics with people from my different phases of friendship. For example, I don't think the friends that I've made in school, I have the same dynamic with them, because I've met them like 10 years ago, right? And we're still like besties until now. And the friends I made a year ago when I was in uni in the UK, I don't think I would have the same dynamic with them. I think it would be a different dynamic in both directions. See, now I realize. So last episode I was saying, man, I really thought this podcast would be a lot funnier, but it isn't. But now I kind of get it, though. It's not supposed to be funny. Like, this can be not funny. This can be the serious bit of my life when it comes to my online presence. Like, this can be it. And I'm okay with that. I kind of like it, in fact. Because all serious all the time is not fun. All funny all the time is not serious. And I'd like a certain level of consistency. You know, like different facets to my being. Because, you know, everyone's multifaceted. But, you know, I don't want to be like a one-hit wonder. I don't want to be known for that one thing. And I understand that, you know, you do enough stuff, eventually one of them is going to pop off. Kind of like volume sales. And that's the thing you're going to be known for. But I don't want it to be limited to that one thing when that happens. If that happens, obviously, again, I don't want to, you know, pretend like, oh yeah, man, I got it figured out. I don't have anything figured out. That's kind of the whole point of this, in fact. So I'm using, here's a bit more meta analysis, right? I'm using descript.com to record this. Now, I do like that it's a browser and I don't have to download anything. That's pretty convenient, number one. Number two, it does like little like, I don't know, wavelength thingies while I'm recording, while I'm talking. And it's so nice, man. It's like at some point it's like a skyline, and then another point it's like a maze. I should take a picture of this. Put it, yeah, I'll do that. Hold on. I'll take a picture of it and I'll use that as the episode. Wait, I can just screenshot. What am I taking a picture with my phone? Screenshot will be just better. How do you take? I think it's Windows Shift S. Oh yeah, we're cooking. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna save this in my. Oh, that's gotta be interesting actually. Save. File name. Screenshot 2025. Yeah, sure. Desktop. A new. Folder. Pod. Oh no. I'll call it Anywayz podcast. And this is the screenshot. I'll call it episode 5 wallpaper. There we go. So at minute 14 and 25 seconds is when I took well, no, it was sooner. Whatever. I'm talking about it now, the wallpaper. But it's gonna be on the wallpaper. Background, I guess. Thumbnail? Perhaps even? What the... But yeah. Maybe I should have prepared another thing to talk about. There is one other thing, but I don't know if I'd like to go that deep into like personal stuff yet. I'm not sure like where this podcast is going to be headed. Sorry, I was drinking water. Drink water, don't forget. So, yeah, I'm not really sure which direction I want to go with this podcast yet. I could go personal stuff. Part of me wants to, but also like I don't want to do personal stuff now and then decide at a later time that, you know what, I don't want to get into personal stuff. But then where else would I go into personal stuff? But then it's also personal. Do I want to share my personal life with the world? I think I'd rather keep some stuff private. Yeah, that's what I want to do actually. I'm glad I analyzed that. Well done, me. Right. I'm not going into that direction. Let's close that door, metaphorically. And then, what else could I talk about? Underlord. So there's a bot called Underlord on this website, which is descripted.com. Yeah, it kind of freaks me out. Why is it called? Why is there Lord in its name? Underlord, Lord of Underworld. Yeah, I don't know. It's also the name of a hero in Dota, so that's another like point against that being there, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really have a lot of ideas. I mean, I've been playing a lot more lobbies with more people, and honestly, like the lobbies got to a point. Like I generally thought about streaming them. Maybe I'll play less and just stream more. I'll just cast the games because I'm gonna be honest. There's players way better than me playing them now. There's players way worse than me as well. Like to be clear, but there's better players than me playing these lobbies, and it's probably better if I just observe and like stream them onto like a Twitch kind of thing, like maybe Twitch or Google. What the fuck am I saying? Google. I mean YouTube, man. YouTube Live, and because it's interesting. I also want to keep some statistics. So yesterday I played like a few games. I'd like to keep the statistics of those games. Like what did I do in those? What did I play in those games? What role was I playing? What hero was I playing? What character I was playing? You know, and what did I do? Did I win? Did I lose? You know, I feel like that'll be interesting to keep stats. But it's also like there's bots that also gather the data for you on Discord, apparently, right? So I wonder if we can activate bots for stats, so I don't have to manually do them. But I also feel like, so I thought about that actually. First of all, I don't know how to do bots in Discord. I don't even think I'm admin, anyways, to add the bot. But I'm thinking if I make a page, if I have the admin make a page for me, where it's called like stats, and I just start doing it manually, eventually it'll catch on, and either everyone's gonna do their own stats, or we get a bot to to automatically do all our stats for us. So I think it's a question of you just gotta start somewhere. Let me check if I've been, because I may have been given mod. Create channel. Yeah, okay, I can create channel. Let's fucking go. Channel, new name, text or voice text. Stats, graph percentages. That's from Casey Frey. Right. What the fuck happened to Casey Frey, man? He used to be so funny. General Party 45 audience. Where did it go? Stats. Okay. General. So yeah, I think I put day in time. What? Day. The date of the day, the year, you know, obviously, and then which heroes I played, and then how I performed on those days. So yeah, back to the streaming these ideas. It feels like a nice idea. It feels like it's a very Dota specific idea, obviously, right? Like I'm not. You know, it's not a huge giga big community. I think it's still like millions of players, at least hundreds of thousands, and not everyone, you know. Listen, man, Dota is one of those games where you play it because you played it when you were 12 in 2012. It's like a very specific demographic. There's only like 5 18-year-olds. That's why they're all professionals, because they're just like, they just have the time to play the game. Most other people don't, and therefore there isn't like a huge demand for content for Dota. On the other hand, it's just fun. We are having fun. It's fun to share these. So those people who would be interested in content would actually look into something like that, because like maybe they want to join these lobbies, you know, maybe they'd want to be part of the server, maybe they want to be part of the community, because it is a, you know, it's getting bigger, like the community. We like, there's currently in that server online people 31, 47 offline, like a total of 78 people, like almost 80 people in the lobby. We started with like 7 people, and I had to like bring an extra 3 so we can start our first lobby. That's how it started. Well, okay, that's not actually how it started. How it actually started was we were like 8 people, and my friend was like, "Hey man, do you guys want to play a lobby?" And then we became 10. Me and my friend were brought in. But then after that, the next day, yes, I did have to start bringing people, and like I'm good at bringing people. That's like, you know, that's the perk of being an extrovert, sales, you know. You're not shy telling people, "Hey man, there's a 5v5 lobby, we need one more, would you like to join?" Like, it's very simple for me. I don't know, this sounds like, to me this sounds like very like ridiculously easy. I don't know why no one, like, sure, some of them also do it, but like most of the time when new people are being brought in, it's either someone is already in a server that does lobbies and brings others in that will be interested in it, which is nice actually, because they already have the experience, or me telling people on my friends list, "Hey man, by the way, we're playing 5v5 lobbies, would you like to join?" So I would say about 10 to 20% of the people playing in these lobbies are people from my friends list that I was like, "Hey man," like random people, like I don't they're not specifically people who I met through lobbies. They're people on my friends list that I either added because they're good, or we used to play Battle Cup, which is a once a week tournament thingy from the game itself, like you just enter it. Anyways, random people essentially, and now they're our friends, like they're part of the group, they're part of the community, and it just feels nice. And I really feel like we could do more with this concept. It's very fun. The main thing is that it's very fun. That's the main idea. And if we can share this fun with others, and maybe you know, like maybe it could become an international community where we don't do like just one lobby on the EU West server. We can do like one lobby per server simultaneously, or we can even have like 5 lobbies per server. Like, sky's the limit essentially. It's yeah, it's a good way to promote it. It's a good way to spread the awareness of the fun, of the potential fun that can be had in this game that we all know and love for like such a long time, really. Yeah, it's a good game. I don't know. I don't play a lot of games actually. I specifically only play Dota and the occasional Fortnite. Like, Fortnite is one of these games that's like, it reminds me of Breaking Bad, because Breaking Bad has like, I think I've been over this before actually in one of the previous episodes. I have. Breaking Bad is like popular with it's like a popular show where everyone enjoys it, but it's also like very good. Also, it's not just popular, it's also very good, which probably makes it even more popular. So even like harsh critics who have very unique tastes would enjoy Breaking Bad, right? And I would say Fortnite is the game version of that, because Epic is as far as I understand, controversial company, let's say. They have opinions and they have stances that are unique to them and would differ from stances of others in the competition, from their competition essentially, right? However, the game is just good. The Fortnite game, I mean, I played it when it was first released. Not first, it was like season 3, season 4 from chapter 1. That's when I started it. And I was like, okay, I was playing it ironically. Like, I was genuinely playing it ironically. I was like, listen, I'm an open-minded person. I'm open to new experiences. This is a new experience. I would like to try it. And I did. And like, I didn't win all of season 3, like half of it I played it from the last like 7 days. I think I had like 1 week of season 3. I didn't win a single game. My first game of season 4, boom, immediately. First game, 1 win. It wasn't like impressive anyways. It was like just like 1 kill or like 3 or 4 kills in all cases. The point being, yeah, I was playing it ironically, and then the next day I was playing it not so ironically, and 7-8 years later I actually think it's a good game. I enjoy playing it from time to time. It's not like Dota to me. It's not a game that I prioritize, but it's the second priority, if you will. When I'm like, okay, I'm done with this current update, with the current patch, these characters are too bullshit, or this thing that I don't like is too strong in Dota, I would play Fortnite. I also play it with my brother now, which is another asset, and I got a couple of my friends to play it as well, to try it out. It is a fun game. It's a fun game with friends. On the other hand, Dota is a stressful game that is competitive and very complex, and takes a lot of your energy and your effort. So, to me, Fortnite is a good way to like chill out, which is why I haven't been playing it often, because I'm playing these lobbies, which is like the more chill version of playing Dota, which is the ranked system usually. So it's less stressful. You lose nothing for losing, but you also gain so much from winning, because you don't gain rank, but you also gain this like, I just won. My strategy, especially for me, because a couple of people in the group are usually the people who are drafting, who are making the teams or making the heroes. Usually it's me and another one of the one who made the original group. So it's usually us two. So it is very rewarding to think that the idea that I made and the team that I've created has combined together to win against that team of other players that we also know are also very good players. Because we know that all 10 people, not often, but sometimes all 10 people in the lobby are good players, and therefore, in order to win, you need a better strategy, you need better execution. So it's very rewarding, mentally, psychologically, I don't know. Anyways, it's very rewarding. It feels good to win, because like it's a strategic win, not just an execution win. So yeah, I've spoken way too much about this. I feel like I kind of regret talking so much about it. I don't want this to become a very specific, like topic-specific podcast. I think that is the idea that I'm striving towards, but it's also like the main thing that's going on in my life at the moment. It's like the turning point. It was because before these lobbies, and honestly before the podcast, before I started painting, I guess I'll go over this soon. I didn't really have anything that I feel like gave my life a lot of purpose, other than plans in the future. But you can't just live in the future. You can't. It's just like, it's not viable. If you're stuck in the future, like, what's the point of living? What are you waiting? Are you always waiting for something? And then what? I mean, you've waited. I mean, you've been waiting. Now what? Do something about it. So I am. I'm doing a few things. I definitely feel a lot better about my position in the world. The cool part about what I'm doing right now, which is the podcast, the painting / drawing, and the lobbies, is that I can do these anywhere in the world. These are hobbies, lobbies in the hobbies. So these are hobbies that I can do anywhere. These things follow me. They are tied to me. They are not tying me down. So that's the difference between my hobby in the UK and here. In the UK, I was going out to parks. I was going to restaurants, cafes that are like low key, not like chain restaurants. No. I would just like find a cafe that has like 0 people in it, just like chat. Like I remember one of my favorite cafes had literally like, I think 1 person entered for the 2 hours that I was there. They took a coffee and left. But like, yeah, I did wonder like how they keep up their business. It was just a slow day actually. I think it was like in the middle of the week, and I didn't really have anything. I didn't have a job yet at the time, so I could just like go whenever I wanted. Point is, that is one of my favorite things to do, but it's also very limiting because now I have a job, so I can't just like go like up and go to a restaurant at like I don't know 3 in the afternoon, right? And just like chill out there for a couple of hours, or like walk around London, because first of all, I don't live in London, I live in Riyadh, and now it's June, so if I do want to walk in the afternoon here, I will probably be like entered into a hospital by the end of the day because of a heat stroke, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I'm pretty happy that I was able to find things that are equally as interesting to me, but can be done not just here, but like if I do go back to London eventually, or if I go to France, or like whatever, wherever I end up eventually, because I know I'm leaving here. Wherever I end up after being here, I can continue doing these. They are tied to me as a person, as an individual. I find that honestly very comforting. Like, these are the bases, plural of bases. These are the bases that I would like to base my life upon. This is what I'd like to build from. Like, you know how they blow up the bottom so they can make a garage of a building, and then they start building from there the I don't know what they're called, pillars, whatever. Yeah, I'm happy that I found these pillars, and this is one of them. And if anyone is listening, you know, you're one of my pillars. Wink. No, but seriously though, if anyone's listening, that's it means a lot. It would mean a lot moving forward as well, because like I really hope that this direction in my life, this new thing that I'm trying, first of all, I hope I'm not too late, number one. I know they say it's never too late, but you know, everyone gets that feeling. Like, people have been doing this for 12 years and I'm starting now. Like, I guess you can learn from these 12 years, at the same time it's also like, do I even fit in this environment? That's number one. Number two, I kind of forgot what I was saying. Yeah, number two, it was hard to get to the point to do this. First of all, the motivation is non-existent. I'm not gonna say I had to force myself. I was very excited to do it, but at the same time, like, going from not doing something like this to doing it, and then it becomes easier to be consistent once you do it. I think getting the first episode out of the way was the biggest achievement I've done. I think the next big milestone for me is gonna be uploading. I think once I do upload the first one, there's like the floodgates are open. At this point, like, there's no pressure on me right now. I can do whatever I want. I can just like stop recording after this, or I can record like 20 more before I start uploading. Look, the plan is like I start uploading at the 10th, right? No pressure at all though right now, but once I do start uploading, and I promise a certain schedule, and like, I mean, in the beginning there's gonna be no one listening at all. If at any point anyone's gonna be listening, I'm just saying, like, in the general sense, like, if you follow the logical pattern of the events, the first episode no one's gonna be watching, second, third, fourth, fifth, you know, up until now no one would be like listening. But at some point, there will be a bit of pressure for me to like be consistent, which is why I'm trying to cover these bases as much as I can, because I don't want to be put in a corner where, oh shit, man, I'm 2 hours away from my upload deadline and I have to like come up with an excuse. No, man, I'll just chill out. I want this to be fun, especially the podcast. That is the thing that I want to be the most like fulfilling for me. I don't want this to be stressful. Maybe it will be one day, and maybe I'll take a step back then. I'll there's a word I'm looking for. Anyways, I'll test to see again at some point if I'm getting what I want out of this. But for now, all I want from this is consistency, and I'm getting that at a satisfactory rate, and therefore I will continue. So yeah, welcome to the Anywayz podcast, my friend. Enjoy the ride, and I really want to say Godspeed, man. Godspeed.